Welcome to the Brill's Cynical Classes of English Language. Let us start our first lecture about the basics of the English language and its grammar. But before we proceed in our lecture, let us focus on about the fact that English is a language like all other languages spoken throughout the world. So, English language is just like all other languages which are spoken throughout the world. So, my point here is to make you understand that language is a general term. So, let us start our lecture with defining this term language in a general sense. But if you ask somebody what is the language, I must tell you that it is the creator of the world, of the universe, who has given this special feature to human beings only, who are capable of using the language for the communication purposes. So it is because of the God's gift to human beings, that is the human tongue, which is a versatile organ and which is capable of producing the infinite number of sounds. So, it is because of this special feature, human beings are capable of speaking the thousands and the thousands and the thousands of the languages throughout the world. So let us start with the definition of the language. So far as definition of the language is concerned, it can be defined as it is a special feature of human beings and by which they are communicating with each other. So, in order to make you better understand my point, I will take the help of the local language or the language which is the Urdu language. So, for defining the language in the clear way, it is the special feature of the human beings. That's a very important point to be noted. So, no other organisms are capable of speech. So, this language or the language in the general term is the special feature of human beings, and it is the means by which they are communicating with each other. Communicating means sharing the information. If you see all other forms of the life or the living beings like plants, insects or birds, they are communicating, but they are not able to use language for their communication because it is because of their limitation producing of the limited number of sounds. So my point here is that it is a special feature of human beings by which they are communicating with each other. यानी ये एक स्पेशल करेक्टरिस्टिक्स और फीचर है इंसानों की, और जिससे वो एक दूसरे के साथ इंफॉर्मेशन को शेयर करते हैं. लेकिन whenever you are discussing the learning of the language, I must tell you that language can be learned by two means. One, that is called exposure, and second, by learning the laws of language. Yani, that is what you call grammar. So the learning of the language can be possible, yeah, is possible by two ways. One is called exposure, and second is called by learning the laws of the language, or you have to consult a linguistic expert who is well aware about the rules of that language, and in other words we can say the grammarian of that language. Let's proceed. If you see the exposure, you know that we use a word which is called mother tongue. Because why the mother tongue? When a child is begotten, he is exposed to the language of his parents in which he is brought up. Although he is not well aware about the secret of that language, but he automatically, consciously, unconsciously learns that language and it becomes his mother tongue. I must use the Urdu here in order to make the clear the exposure meaning. यानी जब एक बच्चा पैदा होता है तो उसकी वो जबान उसकी मादरी जबान या मातृभाषा बन जाती है, क्योंकि जब वो उस लैंग्वेज को एक्सपोज हो जाता है धीरे धीरे वो उस भाषा को सीख जाता है। तो इस तरह से हम कह सकते हैं that language is not hereditary, it's not in the DNA, it's not in the birth, but it can be learned by the exposure. हाँ, every human being has his mother tongue in which to which he is exposed from his childhood. But if you want to learn some other language, there is also the two ways. One is exposure. If he is exposed to that language, for example, if you are sent to Saudi Arabia for 2-3 years, after 2-3 years, 4 years, you will be able to speak and understand the fluent Arabic. Although the grammar of the Arabic is very, very one of the toughest grammars, but still you are able to learn that language, use that language by the exposure. However, there is another a way to learn any of the languages of the world by learning the grammar. But just like the term language, the grammar is also a general term. So let us focus upon the definition of the grammar. But before I will proceed towards the definition of the grammar, I must tell you the spelling of the grammar. ठीक? And the majority of the people commit a mistake. They have the misconception regarding the spelling of the grammar. They consider the grammar spelling as Grammer. But here, the appropriate and the correct spelling is that Grammer is the spelling of the grammar. But if you see the present grammars which are available in the market and from which the students are taught, you will find that the definition of the grammar is completely absent. But here, from the years of experience, I have started or I have compiled a definition of the grammar which I want to convey to you, and you see if it is viable. If you agree to me, then remember it once for all and tell it to other people. So if you see grammar, it's a general term and we will define it generally, not any of the term associated with the particular language. So चूंकि grammar एक जनरल टर्म है और हम ग्रामर को जनरली डिफाइन करेंगे, न कि किसी एक लैंग्वेज का डेफिनेशन मानकर। तो कैसे डिफाइन करेंगे? इट इज a set of rules which enable us to make correct use of language. So it's a set of rules. If you see the set is basically a mathematical term. And how can you define set? It's a collection of the objects. So if you see, the set means the collection of the rules. Collection means in which you have 10, 20, 30, 100, 200, 1,000, million, 10 million, or maybe infinite. So the set of rules means the collection of the rules. Set of rules means the collection of the rules which enable us. Enable us means which make you capable, to make the correct use of the language. So we will take the help of the Urdu in order to make you clear understand the definition of the grammar. So grammar is the set of rules. Grammar कुछ नहीं है बल्कि चंद रूलों का मुरक्कब है, चंद कानूनों का मुरक्कब है, और जिस पे चलकर हम एक जबान का सही सही इस्तेमाल करते हैं. यानी जिस जबान का हम ग्रामर सीखेंगे उस जबान को हम सही अप्रोप्रिएटली और विदाउट एनी मिस्टेक हम उस जबान का सही इस्तेमाल करेंगे. लेट मी clear once again the definition of the grammar to you. And which is that grammar definition? It is a set of rules. It is a set of rules which enable us to make correct use of language. Now, that was all about the definition of the language. Then, hope you will have understood the basic terms regarding our English course. So, that is all about the today's lecture. Hope you have better enjoyed it, and I wish you best of luck, and hope you have enjoyed our today's lecture. And that's all for today. Have a good day. May God bless you all. Thanks. Cut it.